Hey guys, how's it going? Back at you with another video. This one's going to be more informative than entertainment, so I just wanted to do this. I haven't seen a lot of videos with people doing the CDR valves, or you might call it a PCV valve or something like that. Basically what that valve is, and I'm no mechanic, but basically what that valve is it helps to regulate crankcase pressure. So without getting too into detail, it'll kind of help the engine to not burn oil. So some symptoms of a bad CDR, I think, are the primary one is when you have oil in your air filter. Obviously, if you're burning a lot of oil, stuff like that. So could be wrong. Take my advice. Don't take it. Whatever. Do your own research. The reason I'm doing this is because on these Humvees, I've done 2 of them now, and 2 out of 2 have, for whatever reason, had the CDR valve ripped out and smashed and thrown in the bed. So I don't know what that is, why they do that. It must be some weird government regulation thing. But let me go ahead and show you the what a CDR valve looks like. And by the way, so the best place to get these is just off of eBay. I would just type in Humvee CDR valve for 6.2 or 6.5, whatever motor you have. And this video is going to apply also to, I think, all 6.5s and 6.2s. They might be the same. 6.5s and 6.2s might have the same CDR valve, but it'll at least apply to all 6.5s, which is what my Humvee has, is a 6.5 Detroit diesel. So let me show you this real quick. So yeah, here's the box it came in. This is what it should look like. Try and get this out with one hand. So this is what it should look like. It's got a mounting bracket. I think my first Humvee was actually missing that bracket, so I kind of just set it in there. Seemed like it worked fine. But it's got a mounting bracket here. It's got some, whatever you want to call these, like spacers or whatever, that'll go in there. And it should look like this, with the long tube coming off the bottom and the short tube coming off the side. So this short tube is going to go into your block, or I guess it's the block, but into the side of the engine, and then the long tube is going to connect to a different tube that I'll show you in a second. So let me kind of get this thing ready to go, and then I'll show you where to put it. Alright, so this is how you're going to want to put in your rubber spacers or isolators, whatever you want to call them. They have a little metal insert that goes there. That kind of acts as a, I guess you could say like a washer or a guide. A bushing would probably be a good way to put it. But that way the bolts won't go through those isolators. You're also going to need to run by your Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a couple of bolts. Let me double check. I had written down the size. 1 second. So the bolts that go in there are going to be a 1/2 inch by 32 coarse thread. Excuse me. I got that from another gentleman's video, actually, who he did a CDR valve video as well. So, don't want to steal any thunder from him. He figured that out. I'll go ahead and flash up on the screen what his channel is. But or maybe I'll just put a link to that video in the description if you want to watch it. But yeah, so obviously we're going to go ahead and pull these whatever you call them, plugs out of here. So this actually looks like a pretty nice valve. The first one I ordered didn't seem this nice. Stand by. One-handed operation. Alright, plugs are pulled. So let me get a light I can shine for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. So let me show you. So you're going to come up on the right side of the Humvee by, the air filter. You're going to follow the air filter tube up, air intake tube up. And then if you look kind of just to the left of it, there is that hole right there going into the engine. So that's where the short part of your CDR valve is going to go. You'll probably need a little bit of grease or something to get it to go in there easily. And then this tube you see sticking up here is for the long part of the CDR valve. So I don't know why. I guess they try and bypass it or something, but they insert this little hose into the bigger hose. So the best thing to do is just take that little hose, yank it out of there because you won't need that, and then you're good to go. You know, another thing that's probably needed is a couple of hose clamps. I'm not sure how tight the fit actually is, and whether or not you could even get a hose clamp on this little one with the bracket. Let's see if we can see it from this angle. Oh, there is a hose clamp already on there. So, you might be able to see that. See that? There is a hose clamp there. So, I guess you don't need a hose clamp for that. But the other side, unless it slid down, just let me double check. Oh, it did. Okay. Cool. So there's a hose clamp there as well. So yeah, next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and just take some automotive grease and grease this up, because I have a feeling it's not going to want to go in there too easy. And we'll go ahead and install this thing. Alright, I got the camera on a tripod. I'm going to try and film this, but odds are you're just going to see a whole lot of nothing. But, you know, just remember what I showed you earlier in the video. So let's see if I can get this kind of set up. So I don't know if you guys were able to see anything. Apologies if not. It's so cramped in there. But let me show you what we got going on. So, as you can see, the CDR valve is now installed. That's kind of what it should look like in there. All you gotta do is you connect that tube, the long tube, which runs all the way over here to your oil filler neck, right here. You just connect that to the long inlet or outlet, whatever you want to call it, on the CDR valve, and then you just smush the CDR valve into the side of the engine with the short tube coming out. Then you got to take your 2 bolts, thread it in there on either side. You don't need nuts on the back. That was another thing that the other guy pointed out in his video. They're pre-threaded, or they're threaded inserts, so you don't need to buy nuts. And then you just tighten your hose clamps, and you're good to go. Since you guys probably can't see anything anyway, I'll go ahead and spare you, my angry sounds as I try and tighten those hose clamps. But I don't think you need to take anything off the truck. Maybe if you have big giant sausage fingers, you might need to. But otherwise, I think you can kind of just jam it and get it to work. And it's a little bit frustrating, but it eventually will fit where you need to fit. So anyway, hope you guys liked the video. I will see you in the next one. Like I said, real quick, informative video, but hopefully it was helpful for anyone who wants to replace the CDR valve on either their Humvee or some other vehicle, that has a 6.5 or I think a 6.2. So thanks guys, appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Bye.